One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mike Deke Field in beautiful McAlester, Oklahoma, as we are set to do battle with the Antlers Bearcats. Again, it's the beginning of the McAlester Shootout, day one, game one for McAlester, and the Buffaloes are going to be playing the final game today, final game tomorrow, but then they're going to play the middle game on Saturday. Saturday, they play Poto at 1:30. Now, we had a quick day so far today. I actually came over to the field at 4:15, and as I was walking in, the game between Worcester and Wagner, which Worcester won 8-0 in 6 innings, it was in the top of the fifth. They were almost done with it, and I was showing up at 4:15. So we thought that we might be beginning this game even earlier than 6 o'clock, but we're going to be having a first pitch time around 6:15 between the Antlers Bearcats and your McAlester Buffaloes. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, bringing you McAlester Baseball on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, online at McAlsterRadio.com, and on the KNED app, and video streaming on YouTube at McAlester Radio's YouTube channel. So the Buffaloes, again, it's not a secret at this point. They've lost 13 games in a row, and they're really trying to get back into the win column. And they have played nothing but good teams. They've only played one team that's below 5A, and it was the 4A Prior Tigers, and they've only lost 5 or 6 games this year. So they played a lot of tough teams in this 13-game losing streak, and a lot of the games they played, they've been playing them close. But Tuesday was a little bit different. They lost it 13-0 in 5 innings, and it seemed like McAlester just didn't have anything going for them on Tuesday. They had a lot of mental mistakes. They kicked the ball around a lot for the second game in a row, and it just seemed like things were going in a downward spiral on Tuesday. I mean, that's the honest assessment of what it felt like on Tuesday. So what the Buffaloes are trying to do today, get back on the horse and ride that baby into battle against the Bearcats and try to get back into the win column, looking for their first win in the month of April. Their last win was against the Midwest City Bombers, 14-4, and that was over in Noble, Oklahoma, in that Rose Rock Classic is what it was back on March 31st. So, speaking of the Bearcats, let's go ahead and preview them. The Bearcats are from 3A. They're third in 3A8 right now, 8-4 in that class, or in that district. The Bearcats are 18-7 on the year. Last year, they lost to Oklahoma in extra innings 2-0 in the regional tournament. They finished their season 18-12, and the only common opponent with the Buffaloes that they have so far this year is Eufaula. McAlester won their game against the Ironheads in a final score of 5-2 on opening day. The Bearcats beat the Ironheads 2-1 earlier this year. The Bearcats led by head coach Chris Gibbs. Looks like we're about to be having our two umpires meet with our two head coaches. Again, Buffaloes led by head coach Justin Mullins, and the Bearcats led by head coach Chris Gibbs. Both of our umpires are over at home plate. Both teams look like they're about ready to go. McAlester with a different kind of uniform combination today. They're wearing their pinstripe unis with their black pants with the gold and white piping down the side. So it's pinstripe tops with the black bottoms and the black hats with the gold interlocking NB on the front. Just solid black. That's bill and cap. For the Bearcats, wearing their blue hats with the Atlanta Braves A, and their gray jerseys with the gray pants, blue numerals on the front and back, blue and gold along the ends of the sleeves. So let's go ahead and let's look at the Bearcats lineups starting 1 through 9. By the way, the Bearcats in this game compared to last year's, returning 7 out of their 9 starters from last year. Leading it off, the center fielder, number 3, Timmy Paredes. Paredes in center field. Batting second, the shortstop, number 19, Creed Jones. Jones at short. Batting third, the catcher, number 14, Cooper Johnson. Johnson behind the plate. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 13, Dakota Williams. Williams at the hot corner. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 1, Zach Brame. Brame, the DH for the pitcher, number 2, Mark Janot. Janot on the mound. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 10, Garrett Brame. Brame at second. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 7, Ryan Taylor. Taylor at first. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 21, Rayston Lowe. Lowe in left. And rounding out the starting line for the Bearcats, batting ninth, playing right field, number 6, Chandler Jostin. Jostin in right. For the McAlester Buffaloes, 1 through 9 looks like this. Leading it off, the DH, number 15, Seth Sam. Sam, the designated hitter for the pitcher, number 3, Jackson Lowerman. Lowerman on the bump. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow at short. Batting third, the catcher, number 7, Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie behind the plate. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips at first. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 6, Gannon Mullins. Mullins at the hot corner. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel in right. Batting 8th, playing second base, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second. And rounding out the starting line for the Buffaloes, playing left field, number 21, Aiden Shumway. Shumway in left. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we should be having, I don't know actually if we're going to be having a national anthem. They might have had that in the very first game of the day today. So we're going to take a break, and we might have first pitch. We might have our national anthem. We'll see when we return here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted number 1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So the McAlester Buffaloes have taken the field. Again, as we're about to begin the McAlester Shootout for the black and gold. We've already had Poto and Eufaula play today as Poto defeated Eufaula. We had Muskogee and Wagner play, in which Muskogee beat Wagner. I believe the final score was 7-4, and Worcester defeated Wagner in run rule fashion 8-0 in the game before hours. So beginning the nightcap here today, and the first pitch should be about right on time at 6:15. Let's look around the diamond for the black and gold. Again, if you didn't catch the pregame, McAlester wearing a different kind of uniform combination today, wearing their pinstripe tops with the black pants. So it's the first time I think I've seen that this year. Might be the first time I've seen that in the last couple of years. So they are going to be rolling it out. Let's look at the defensive alignment as we have Phillips at first, Stinchcomb at second, Lesnow at short, Mullins at third, Shumway in left, Watkins in center, and Hodgel in right. Again, Lauerman on the bump as his last warm-up pitch as we're about to have our first pitch of the game, brought to you by Big V Feed Center. It's always your best bet for your feeding program for all of your animals. Visit your Big V Feeds dealer in McAlester, Kiowa, and Chakota. Go Buffs. So it'll be Timmy Paredes and Jackson Lauerman to begin our game here tonight. Final game of day 1 of the McAlester Shootout. Paredes is a righty, one of the returning players from last year for the Antlers Bearcats. Lauerman will come set, and here's the first pitch of the game. It'll be a fastball missing up and outside, and it's baseball time here in the Heartland. So 1 ball, no strikes to begin the count to Timmy Paredes, who went 0 for 3 last year against McAlester with 3 strikeouts. He'll foul this one off of the face mask of the home plate umpire. Quickly, Ethan Gillespie asks if he's okay. He is, and that's what those things are there for. And foul ball right off of the face mask of the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike to Paredes. Lauerman deals. Curveball, ground ball, left side. It'll be fielded by Mullins. Throws over to first in time for out number 1. So to begin this game, you guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit. I'm actually running the camera and I'm doing the play-by-play as we go. And just as I say something, the reason why I had to catch that play is because Austin had to make sure he got chips and dip. So here's our first pitch to the new batter, Creed Jones. First pitch to him is going to be another ground ball left side, but this one's going to be foul, and that will be strike 1 here to Creed Jones. So count is 0-1 here to Jones after a 5-3 ground out. The pitch, ground ball. This one's going to stay in fair territory. Fielded by Lauerman, throws over to first in time for out number 2. So So a couple of groundouts to begin our game here today. It's also kind of, there we go, trying to fix our tripod a little bit as well. We're all underway. We're good. 2 down here in the top of the first inning, no score. Brings up Cooper Johnson, the catcher, number 14. As this one's going to be a line drive opposite field from the lefty, but foul. And that will be strike 1. Cooper Johnson batted out of the 5 spot against the Buffaloes last year in this very same tournament. Ended up going 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, including a solo home run. He was a triple shy of the cycle. This one he pops straight up in the air. Let's see who goes after it. Gillespie's going to try to take it in fair territory. He makes the catch, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Lauerman and the Buffalo defense. So we'll head to the bottom of the first with no score here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually...
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
These April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
So as we have a camera operator now, Mr. Austin Wheat, he has joined us in the booth. I don't have to do both of them, and you guys don't have to try to get whiplash. I know the camera was kind of moving in weird angles that last half inning. We head to the bottom of the first after Jackson Lauerman created a ground out to third, a ground out to the pitcher, and then a pop up to the catcher Gillespie to go 1-2-3 for the Bearcats in the top of the first. In the bottom of the first, it'll be Seth Sam, Caden Lesnow, and Ethan Gillespie. Let's look around the diamond for the Bearcats. You have Taylor at first, Brame at second, Jones at short, Williams at third, Lowe in left, Paredes in center, and Jostin in right. And the battery for the Bearcats, Johnson behind the plate, and Janot on the mound. Mark Janot, number 2, a righty here for the Bearcats. Up against Seth Sam to begin our contest in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch, going to miss upstairs for ball 1. In bottom of the first, no score. 1 ball, no strikes here to Seth Sam. Quick windup and the 1-0 pitch. Going to be a ground ball left side, fielded by the shortstop Jones. Long throw over to first, and he beat it out. Infield single for Seth Sam. And you've got to be quick if you're trying to field the ball and throw it over to first when you're facing this lineup. They are fast all the way 1 through 9. And Seth Sam with another base hit already coming into the game, batting .361. So McAlester with the runner at first and nobody out. And also look for Sam to possibly steal. He's got 20 stolen bases on the year. They were expecting it as well. Pick off over to first, not in time. That brings up Caden Lesnow. Last year against the Bearcats, went 2 for 4, including a double and an RBI single. As we have the first pitch missing for ball 1. And one thing that's already way more noticeable today than what we saw on Tuesday, as the next pitch will be a fastball missing inside. That'll be ball 2. The McAlester dugout way more live. I know that they lost 13-0, but even in the early couple of innings, they weren't really talking it up a lot as we have a pickoff over to first, just back in safely as Seth Sam. But they are chatting it up quite a bit more here today, trying to encourage their team, trying to get into the head of the opponents. The 2-0 is going to be a ground ball, shortstop position, chance for a double play. Steps on second for 1, over to first, in time for the double play. 6-3-2 for the price of 1 there for the Antlers Bearcats. And it brings up Ethan Gillespie now with nobody on the base paths for him. So 2 down, bottom of the first, no score between these two teams, brings up Ethan Gillespie. And speaking of home runs, he hit a 3-run home run to complete the walk-off for the Buffaloes. Hit into the night sky last year. First pitch to him, he hits on the ground once again to short, fielded by the shortstop Jones, throws over to first, and plenty of time for out number 3. So he had 3 balls hit to him in that inning. One was an infield single, another one a double play, and that one just a plain old 6-3 ground out. And we hit to the top of the second with no score here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So we played 1 inning, and although McAlester has 1 hit, we have gone through just 6 batters. It was 1-2-3 for the Bearcats in the top of the first. Buffaloes had an infield single from Seth Sam, but then it grounded into a double play, and then a regular ground out to short has brought us to the top of the second with no score. For Dakota Williams, third baseman today, number 13, batting right for the Antlers Bearcats. And now it's the Bearcats' turn to talk it up a little bit, as this one's going to be a ground ball towards the third base position. Mullins grabs it, throws over to first, in time for out number 1. So already with a couple of groundouts to third are the Antlers Bearcats, and that brings up Zach Brame, designated hitter number 1. Brame went 1 for 3 with an RBI in last year's game. Speaking of which, Gannon Mullins and Jackson Lauerman did pitch against the Antlers Bearcats last year. Can't quite remember who got the win, but I can look that up here in just a moment, as the first pitch is going to be off the handles. Going to be a tough play. Stinchcomb going backwards, and it's going to land right in between him and Gunnar Hodgel. And that'll be the first hit of the day for the Bearcats. A little bloop single that was in on the hands that just found its way into the outfield turf. So runner at first with 1 down, top of the second inning, no score between the Bearcats and the Buffaloes. And McAlester won this game last year 15-6 in 6 innings. McAlester scored 10 runs in the first 2 innings. First pitch, going to be a high hit fly ball, left center field. Watkins gets underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. A lot of first pitch swinging so far there, and that's Garrett Brame with a fly out to center field. Now 2 down here in the top of the second brings up the first baseman, number 7, Ryan Taylor. He batted out the 8th spot last year, sliding up to number 7 this year. He went 0 for 3 with a ground out, fly out, and then a 1-5-3 ground out. He hit it off the pitcher, leading to a ground out. 2 down, runner at first pitch, the lefty is going to foul it off towards the Antlers dugout for strike 1. Lauerman only pitched in 1 inning, so Mullins got the win. Lauerman pitched in 1 inning. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, obviously. No walks, 1 strikeout. Got a runner at first with 2 down. He'll throw over to first to keep the runner honest. Yeah, McAlester made it 10-1 after 2 complete innings, but then Antlers tried to put themselves back into the game. They were able to make it, well, let me get it back to this in a moment, as the 0-1 misses down low for ball 1. They were able to make it a 11-6 game, so they brought it back within 5 at one point, but then the Buffaloes tacked on 4 more runs to end it with a walk-off in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 from Lauerman. Fastball up outside, and for the first time today, I believe that Lauerman goes behind in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner at first is Zach Brame. the DH for the pitcher. Not much of a lead. Lauerman fires. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Ryan Taylor. Sun starting to set over towards our left side here at Mike Deek Field. Deuce is wild. The pitch. Popped it up left side over towards the walking track. 4. I'll keep the count at 2-2. And if you are watching on YouTube, well, I'm going to wait till the next inning to talk about this. But you might see a little shark piñata in the McAlester dugout. I'll explain the story behind that here in just a moment. 2-2 from Lauerman. He's not going to pitch. He's going to pick off over to first. Try to see if he can catch Brame leaning. He was a little bit, but I don't know if he intended on taking off. Count is again 2-2 against the lefty, Taylor. The pitch. Popped it up in the infield. Stinchcomb calls everyone off, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the second inning after the Bearcats get a hit in the hit column. McAlester will bring up the middle of the order. Braden Phillips, Gandon Mullins, Ethan Watkins coming up here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester. Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
So right now the Buffaloes are trying to hit it to someone other than Creed Jones at shortstop. They hit the ball 3 times in the bottom of the first inning. All of them went to the shortstop, Jones. It'll be the first baseman, number 8, Braden Phillips, up to begin the bottom of the second for the Buffaloes. In a tie game, 0-0. Both teams have 1 hit. One's a bloop single from the Bearcats, Zach Brame, and one an infield single from Seth Sam. First pitch to Braden Phillips is going to miss down low for ball 1. Phillips coming into today, batting .329 with a .458 on-base percentage. Leads the team in walks with 16 on the year. The windup in the pitch from Jano is going to be outside, and the count runs 2-0. Phillips did not bat against the Bearcats last year. Again, McAlester brings back 3 players from last year's game against Antlers to this year. This one's going to be a pop-up. Might be tough down the right field line. Second baseman Brame going after it. It's going to land and pounds past the right fielder as it went in between 2 fielders there, as Phillips is going to try to take off for third, and he's going to advance on an error here. So he gets a double out of that as it lands in between the second baseman Brame and the right fielder Jostin, and then advances to third on an error somewhere in right field as they just weren't grabbing it well. Again, that's in our blind spot. So now an early runner over at third base. We still have not had a solid contact base hit for the Buffs so far. Here's the windup, and the first pitch to Gandon Mullins is going to miss up and inside, nearly hitting him for ball 1. Mullins did bat in last year's game against Antlers, went 1 for 3 with an RBI, as this one's going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. He had that single, walked, reached on an E6, and flew out to right field. Jano trying to get out of early trouble here with a runner at third. No score, nobody out. 1-1 pitch. Going to be fouled straight back, and the count runs to 1-2 here on Gandon Mullins. Looking for RBI number 6 on the year. Right now, down on the count 1-2. Jano delivers. Curveball, line drive, right field. That's going to be a base knock for Gandon Mullins, and it drives in Braden Phillips, and it gets past the right fielder. So Mullins is going to advance to at least second. He'll stay put right there. So it's an RBI single advancing to second on the E9. That's a second error in the outfield, really, in this inning that's led to McAlester getting an extra base here. So that'll bring up the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins, as the Buffaloes lead here early against the Bearcats. Bottom of the second, 1-0, nobody out for Ethan Watkins. First pitch to Watkins. Tries to get a bunt down, and it's a good one down the third base line. Going to be a tough play. Fielded by the pitcher, throws to first, not in time. Bunt single for Ethan Watkins. And it's 3 consecutive hits for McAlester to begin the bottom of the second. For Watkins, that is bunt single number 7 leading the team, and we're going to be having an early mound visit. This one's going to be for the entirety of the infield as well. We'll keep it right here for now. We have runners at the corners with nobody out. Buffaloes leading 1-0. This game brought to you by the Bank & A, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. So the top of the order had an infield single, but then grounded into a double play and then grounded out to the shortstop. They've come out in the bottom of the second inning, and like the common cold, hits are contagious. Double, RBI single, bunt single, brings up Gunnar Hodgel. And he is a guy that you want up at the plate when you have runners in scoring position, leads the team in batting average with runners in scoring. Doesn't have the most hits with runners in scoring, but the highest batting average at .444. 55% of Hodgel's hits have been with runners at second, third, or both. First pitch. He's going to foul this one up in the air. There was a slight chance of maybe going after that one, but it goes too far towards the fence, and that'll be strike one. By the way, let us know where you're listening from on Twitter, at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that is Twitter, at Buff Sports Radio. Whether you're listening or watching, show your support for McAlester Baseball today. The 0-1 from Jano, taking off for second is Watkins. And at first, it looked like the catcher Johnson was going to pop up and try to throw to second. He does not. That pitch was called a ball, and the count is 1-1. So runners at second and third for Gunnar Hodgel. The pitch. Fouled straight back, and the count runs 1-2 on Hodgel. On the year, Hodgel is batting .301 with a .407 on-base percentage, has 18 RBIs. That is good for, looks like third on the team. The 1-2 from Jano, way too high, and the count goes to 2-2. On deck, Spencer Stinchcomb in the hole, Aiden Shumway. Runners at second and third, nobody out. 2-2. Ground ball left side, should score at least one run, backing up to get it to shortstop. Now they got someone in a rundown as Watkins runs over towards third. Back over to second he goes. Watkins trying to get out of this pickle. Back over to third. They'll throw again. Back to second, throwing early. Watkins trying to run past this thing. He's going to be caught out to dry. So it is an RBI ground out. Well, it's an RBI fielder's choice here for Gunnar Hodgel. But Ethan Watkins, instead of just taking off for second or going over towards first, the ball was hit in front of him, and usually you're taught to go back to the second base bag if that happens. Smart baseball from Jones over at short to be able to get the lead runner after scoring was Gannon Mullins. So that brings up Spencer Stinchcomb. And also, I want to say this too, this one's going to be popped straight up and out of play for strike one. Smart by Gunnar Hodgel to be able to go there, and that's what Coach Dixon told Hodgel to do. Go to the second base bag and stand there. He's either going to go back to the second base bag and he'll be out, or he'll beat this rundown and go over to third. But you get an extra base no matter what. Pick off over towards second. Not in time. Back in safely is Hodgel. But I was mentioning Bruce over in the McAlester dugout. They have named that shark piñata in the McAlester dugout Bruce. You might be wondering, why do they have a shark piñata in the McAlester dugout? As we have another pickoff throw over to second, not in time. It's because they are looking for anything to get them out of their slump. And so they have tried a dodgeball that they drew a face on. Didn't work. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a pop-up left field. Coming in as a left fielder low. He'll get underneath it, make the catch. Hodgel will go back to second base, as that'll be a fly out to left field for out number 2. So they've tried a dodgeball. They tried their rally figure from last year. And Jackson Lyman was walking around Dollar General, and he was thinking, man, I need to find something that's going to get us out of this slump. And he finds this piñata, and he says, you know what, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to walk around the store. I'm going to see if there's anything else that I can find. And sure enough, that piñata was $1. He buys this shark piñata. They hang it up in the dugout. Its name is Bruce.
And so far
they're leading. Here's a pop-up in foul territory. Getting underneath, it's the third baseman, Williams. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So Aiden Shumway flies out in foul territory. As we'll see if Bruce can keep on giving McAlester good mojo. They lead 2-0 here going to the top of the third on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wamplers Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wamplers Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. So the Buffaloes used 3 consecutive hits and then an RBI ground out to be able to lead 2-0 heading to the top of the third inning. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters up for the Antlers Bearcats, Rayston Lowe, Chandler Jostin, and Timmy Paredes. So Lauerman gets the signs from Gillespie, comes set in for his third inning of work. The first pitch will miss up and outside for ball 1. By the way, didn't really mention Lauerman's line so far this year. He's got a 1-3 record, 17 2/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 14 and walked 14 so far this year for the junior. The 1-0 pitch, swinging and missing on a pitch perfect on the outside lower part of the plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Rayston Lowe. Lowe didn't play in the game last year against the Buffaloes. Here's the 1-1 to the righty. Again, same spot, this time doesn't swing. Called strike anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Lowe. If Lauerman can keep on dealing right there, we're going to be in good shape today. 1-2 from Lauerman. Curveball almost gets the swing and a miss. Had him reaching for it, but makes contact, and he stays alive. He can win back to the well, that same spot, that time off speed. Lauerman looks over towards Braden Phillips and gives a little bit of a smirk. Says, man, I almost had him. That close. Count still 1-2. And the pitch. Fastball way too high, just going to the opposite end of the spectrum. As Lauerman taps his chest and says, my bad, just missed my spot. With the righty, playing a little bit off the third base bag is Mullins. A little bit further back, though, so it gives him some range. Here's the 2-2 from Lauerman. Curveball. Chopper up the middle. Going to be snagged by Mullins. Has to be quick. Throws to first. And a good, I don't even think he scooped it, but a good little play over there by first baseman Braden Phillips completes the out anyway. So another 5-3 ground out. And a good transfer from glove to hand to first base for Gannon Mullins at third. And that'll be out number 1. So Buffaloes lead 2-0, top of the third inning, 1 down. Brings up Chandler Jostin, the right fielder, number 6. And we have the home plate umpire calling time to speak with Lauerman. Lauerman looks back towards the middle infield and says, did you catch what was said?
No.
So I don't know what that was about. Calls time to talk to Lauerman. Lauerman looks back towards the middle infield. This one's going to be a line drive left field. Shumway going after it. Reaches, dives, can't make the catch, and it's going to roll all the way towards the warning track. Lauerman, who lost his glove and his hat, goes and grabs it, throws it over to the third baseman Mullins, but it's not in time, and it's going to be a one-out triple for Chandler Jostin. And now, just like that, the tying run up to the plate for the Antlers Bearcats. That brings up Timmy Paredes, who grounded out to the third baseman Mullins. Again, 3 times, so a third of the lineup. The first time through, grounded out over to Mullins. As Lauerman will collect his hat, lost his glasses, his hat, and his glove on that diving attempt. There's not many times you're going to see a baseball player go after a ball with no glove, no hat, and just fire it in like you would if you're playing wall ball. So 1 runner over at third, 1 down, top of the third inning, first jam for Jackson Lauerman. Let's see how he works around it. First pitch is going to be missed down low for ball 1. Timmy Paredes, like we said last year, went 0 for 3 with a few strikeouts. Batted out the 2 spot, has climbed up to the leadoff man here, all the way up in the box. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball first base side It should score the run, and it will. Phillips is going to take the easy out over at first base. It cuts the lead to 2-1, but they do get out number 2. Again, sometimes you've seen this year from McAlester, you don't get a play out that you thought you might get, and you try to force it, and it leads to a snowball of bad stuff to happen for McAlester. Phillips is not going to take that chance. Instead, he takes the easy out over at first base, and also definitely the safe play. There's no guarantee you're going to get out the out at home. He looked over at home, but decided, you know what, let's do this. First pitch to the new batter is going to be Creed Jones, missing down low for ball 1. 2 down, top of the third. The Bearcats do get a run back, as it is now 2-1 on 2 hits. Lyerman, the 1-0 pitch. This one outside corner, strike 1. By the way, today, really the only days the wind is not blowing at all. There hasn't been a movement of the flag since we began this game today. Some overcast skies, the 1-1. It's going to miss down low. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Jones. But there's some sun trying to peek through there as well.
I am glad the weather cleared up the way it did.
Cooperated.
It was supposed to be raining, which is awesome that it did this instead.
2-1 the count. Pitch from Lauerman. Ground ball left side. It'll be fielded by Mullins. Has to be quick. Throws over to first. Wide up the first base line. It'll be an E5. And it's going to allow Creed Jones to reach second base. And they have the tying run in scoring position for Cooper Johnson. Johnson popped out to the catcher, Gillespie, in fair territory last time he came up. Again, he was the primary source of income for the Bearcats offense last year. Him and Isaac McNutt. McNutt hit a 2-run double out of the 3 spot last year, but Johnson did 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, including a solo home run. So the tying run is at second base. He represents the go-ahead run with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch, ground ball straight to the Antlers dugout for strike 1. Way out in front of that pitch was Johnson. Outfield shifted towards the right. And quite a bit of a shift there for Ethan Watkins in center. Hodgel playing about normal depth and normal positioning, I'd say. Maybe a little bit deeper than usual. And Shumway shifted off that left field line as well. Count 0-1. Big play here coming up. The pitch, fastball up high, and that'll be ball 1. When McAlester comes back up, they'll have the top of the order. They do lead 2-1, top of the 3rd inning. Lauerman looks to second. Back home, back to second. And the 1-1. Hard hit line drive, right field. This might score a run. Hodgel grabs it. No, he's bobbling it, and it's going to allow another run to score, as this will tie it up. An RBI single for Cooper Johnson. I don't think that even if he fields it cleanly, I don't think he's going to be able to get the guy out over at home. So now we are tied up again. So 2 spot by the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 2nd. Antlers responds with a 2 spot of their own in the top of the 3rd. That run there will not be earned against Jackson Lauerman. And if there are any more runs that are scored here in this inning, you cannot earn against Lauerman. Dakota Williams up to the plate, grounded out to 3rd his last time up. Good little hit there by Johnson, and now he is 4 for 5 in the last 2 years against McAlester with 4 RBIs. First pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. And the thing is, Johnson had an RBI in each at bat, so he had a home run. There was an RBI there last game against McAlester. RBI double, RBI single. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Lesnow. He'll step on second for the fielder's choice and out number 3, but the Bearcats do their damage, and they're able to tie up the game 2-2 as we head to the home half of the 3rd. Buffaloes trying to respond once more here on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
So the Bearcats get all 3 of their hits in the, well, no, 2 of the 3 hits in the top of the 3rd inning, and they also used a McAlester error to be able to bring in an extra run, as it's 2-2 now between the Bearcats and the Buffaloes. Bearcats having a much better start to this game than they did last game. Again, last time that the Buffaloes played the Bearcats in the McAlester Shootout, Buffaloes got out to an early 10-1 lead after 2 innings. Much different story here, tied up so far 2-2 heading to the home half of the 3rd. It'll be the top of the order up for the Buffaloes. Seth Sam hit an infield single his first time up. Sam, again, we knew how good of a pitcher he was, and he flashed the leather a lot last year as well, but he has proven to be a great hitter this year, batting plus 360. Here comes the first pitch to him to start off the bottom of the 3rd. It misses low and outside for ball 1. And Sam came into today batting 361, 471 on base percentage. The 1-0 lines it over towards center field, and another base hit for Seth Sam, the senior. And plus, he just has a superhero name. You know what I mean, Austin?
Seth Sam?
So listen, think about superheroes.
Oh, because you're talking about
Clark
like Peter Parker.
Kent, Peter Parker.
Kent, Bruce Wayne.
Well, that one doesn't really fit, but a lot of
Tabitha Tammy.
Yes.
That's not a superhero.
You sure? First pitch to Les now is going to be a softly hit line drive. Grabbed, thrown us over to second for 1, over to first. Not going to be in time, so a fielder's choice here. 6-4 fielder's choice on a little soft line drive that one hopped to the shortstop Jones. Now, Sam goes to the dugout. Les now will take his place over at first base. Ethan Gillespie up at the plate. Gillespie all the way back in the box. Tie game 2-2. Jano comes set and delivers. First pitch popped up into the parking lot, and that'll be strike 1.
There goes my car.
You park close, and I don't know why you do that.
I just like to tempt fate.
You like to gamble?
Yeah.
Like a riverboat gambler?
Yeah.
In last year's McAlester Shootout, Gillespie went 4 for 7 as we have a pickoff over the first to get back in safely as Les now. Gillespie went 4 for 7 with 7 RBIs, including a home run. He was walked 3 times and hit by a pitch twice. The 0-1, Les now takes off for second. Curveball, called strike, throw down 2 second is not in time. And the count is now 0-2 on Gillespie, as he's batting .425 with runners in scoring, leads the team in RBIs at 35. But down in the count 0-2 to Jano. The pitch hits him in the arm on an 0-2 count. And that'll bring up Braden Phillips, who hit a double, a little bloop double down the right field line his first time up. Trying to put a little bit more barrel on this one. Doesn't matter how you do it, though, as long as you can get 90 here. And maybe, if we're lucky, score in Les now at second base. So 2-2 the score. Buffaloes tied up with the Bearcats. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners at first and second. Force out of every bag for the Bearcats. First pitch popped it up right field. It's going down the right field line. Did he do it again? No, this one's just foul. He almost hit it to the exact same spot that he did the first time, but this time it landed about a foot to the right of the right field line. He almost snuck it in again, and that was just a little bit too far to be infield fly. Count 0-1 as Phillips will come back and grab his bat. But the Buffaloes kind of struggled last year before coming into the McAlester Shootout. They lost a couple of games to Sapulpa, games that they were both in. 5-2 and 5-3 losses. Here comes the pickoff over to second. Back in safely is Les now. They even lost 9-7 to Worcester in the first game, but then they scored 13.3 runs per game during the tournament. 2.5 runs per inning for the Buffaloes as the 0-1. It's going to be popped straight up the chute. Foul territory. Johnson is going to miss it kind of nonchalantly instead of getting behind it like catchers normally do, get underneath it, put their head underneath the ball and make the catch with the glove over their head. And he tried to make it a basket catch in foul territory. And he just dropped it. And it gives Phillips another chance here, but still down in the count 0-2. As Phillips is batting .351 with runners in scoring, 13 RBIs on the year. Down in the count 0-2. You can spin move, throw to second, is not in time. What wind is blowing? It seems to be blowing in from left field sometimes in from center field. Count 0-2. Jano once again will come set. And delivers. Les now takes off for third. This one's going to be a grounder over towards Bruce over in the dugout. Got to be careful. Got to protect Bruce.
What kind of bad luck would get released if Bruce got hit and busted?
The piñata?
Yeah.
Maybe that would break the curse. Maybe Bruce was born to be broken.
Or reinforce it for the next however many years.
I don't want that.
Nobody does.
Count is 0-2.
Also, what are your chances of hitting Bruce?
Les now again takes off for third. The pitch misses outside. The throw to third is not in time, and it's a double steal. So the pitch outside to move the count to 1-2. Gillespie just takes advantage of Les now moving over to third. Still on 2 consecutive pitches. And again, we're going to be having a mound visit here. And this one's in the middle of a 1-2 count. So as head coach Chris Gibbs goes to speak with his infield, I think it's a lot about McAlester running a bunch on him. Now, I did a little bit of research, and again, McAlester got picked off again on Tuesday with the runner in scoring. Those stink. And I was thinking, man, we got picked off a lot this year. We've gotten picked off 13 times this year in 28 games. In the major league average pickoffs per game, how many times they got picked off in the game? The major league average over 162 games is 9 pickoffs a year. So McAllister's been picked off more than the average Major League Baseball team has in way shorter amount of games. But in comparison, as we have the 1-2 coming up to Phillips, going to be ground ball left side. They're going to come home with it. The throw is high, and scoring will be less now. Buffaloes take the lead. That's going to go down as a fielder's choice. It's not a base hit. It's a fielder's choice RBI for Braden Phillips. And the Buffaloes take a 3-2 lead. But in comparison, McAlester might get picked off a little bit more than the average team does. But here comes the first pitch to Mullins, misses low and inside. In comparison, the Buffaloes have stolen 111 bases this year. The Major League average from last year for stolen bases in a 162-game season, 82. The 1-0. Going to be a hard-hit ground ball towards the hole. Diving attempt, not going to get there. Grounder to the left fielder. That's not going to be anywhere close to being the play at the plate, as an RBI ground out, or rather RBI single for Gandon Mullins, makes him 2 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs, and the Buffaloes get those 2 runs back that they gave up in the top of the third. So they're back up 4-2 with 1 down in the home half of the third inning. Mullins over at first base and Braden Phillips at second for Ethan Watkins, who singled on the bunt. Still playing a little bit deep is the third baseman Williams. Will he try doing it again? They'll spin and throw over to second base, maybe just trying to see if Watkins showed bunt. 4-2, McAlester leads once again by a couple of runs. Here's the pitch. This time he showed swinging, catches the inside corner, strike 1 to Watkins. Watkins did not bat in the McAlester Shootout last year, at least not what I have here on my sheet. Another pickoff over towards second is not in time. So the middle of the order has been really getting it done for the McAlester Buffaloes. 3 out of their 4 runs scored from the 4, 5, 6 batters. 0-1. Popped it up. High pop-up. Left field. Low. Getting underneath it. He will make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. Bringing up Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel grounded into a fielder's choice, and what was sad about Hodgel, I think he probably would have had an infield single had we wouldn't have gotten caught up in the base paths back in the last inning. It was a ground ball deep into the hole at short that was snagged by Jones, and he made a smart play to get the lead runner. First pitch is going to be up high to Hodgel for ball 1. So Hodgel is 0 for 1 with an RBI. That was his 19th of the year. And the 1-0 pitch. The fastball misses, low outside, ball 2. So 2-0 the count, 2 down for the Buffaloes, leading 4-2, bottom of the third. The pitch from Janot is going to be below the knees, and the count runs early on Hodgel, 3-0. Phillips is already going back to the second base bag, thinking that Janot was going to spin and throw to the second baseman again, Brame. 3-0. Back into the zone he goes, fills it for strike one. Hitters count still for Hodgel, 3 balls, 1 strike. McAlester trying to extend their lead. Bearcats will have the 5, 6, 7 hole batters coming up. 3-1. He's going to miss low, and now load the bases for the Buffaloes on the first walk today from Mark Janot. And that brings up Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb has flown out to left field today. Trying to get a good piece of one here. He is batting .242 with runners and scoring this year with 10 RBIs. First pitch to him. Hard hit ground ball. Line drive. What a diving catch by the shortstop Jones. He just took away 1, maybe even 2 RBIs away from Spencer Stinchcomb on a fantastic diving grab by Jones up the middle. And that'll be out number 3. That's just bad luck there for Stinchcomb, but you got to tip your cap and say, man, I hate you. 4-2 is the score. Buffaloes lead the Antlers Bearcats as they get those 2 runs back. We head to the top of the 4th inning here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So we head to the top of the 4th inning. McAlester is leading 4-2 over the Antlers Bearcats. They did leave the bases loaded, but really it's one of those situations where you can't really be mad. Spencer Stinchcomb hit a ball as well as he could. Line drive straight up the middle. Diving grab by Jones, the shortstop, is able to complete the out and keep McAlester at 4-2 right now. First pitch from Lauerman to begin his 4th inning of work is down low to Zach Brame, who is one of the 3 hits for the Bearcats, a single. The count is 1-0 here to the righty with his back foot all the way on the line. Here's the pitch. Going to be a line drive, right field coming in. Hodgel making the catch, and that will be out number 1. Positioned perfectly was Gunnar Hodgel in right. Hodgel who makes the catch. He's talking about how, I mean, just by his body language, the ball was kind of wiggling on his way over towards his glove, and he kind of recreated how he caught it. He was kind of shaking like he was over at a dance club. 1 down, top of the 4th inning. First pitch fouled straight back here by Garrett Brame, who flew out to center. Brame last year went over 3 against the Buffs. He flew out to center in his first at bat. If history repeats itself, he's going to ground out to short here to Lesnow. Count is 0-1. The pitch, ground ball over towards Lesnow. Snags it, throws over to first in time for out number 2. I'm telling you, sometimes I can just see the future. That'll be out number 2, and that'll bring it to the plate Ryan Taylor. I'm sure some people that are listening on the radio are thinking I'm just making this stuff up. So out number 2 brings up Taylor. Popped up to the second baseman his first time up. 2 down, top of the 4th inning, nobody on. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1 to the lefty Taylor. Buffaloes lead 4-2, top of the 4th inning. Lauerman delivers. Going to be a pop-up left field down the line. And it looks like it's going to tail foul and bounce foul. And that'll be strike 2. Lauerman's still looking for his first strikeout of the day here. He has struck out 14 on the year. Looking for lucky number 15. 0-2 is the count. Lauerman Likes what he sees from Gillespie. Delivers in the turf. Count will move to 1-2. It is a 4-2 advantage for the Buffaloes. Neither team scored in the first. Buffaloes took the lead in the second with 2. Bearcats tied it up. Buffaloes took the lead back. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him over the top of a changeup, and that'll be out number 3. So we played half a 7-inning ball game. The Buffaloes lead 4-2 over the Antlers Bearcats here in day 1 of the McAlester Shootout. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new Best Western Inn. And American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Buffaloes leading 4-2 over the Antlers Bearcats, trying to keep up their offense that they've had over the last couple of innings. They're trying to work around Creed Jones at shortstop. He is, other than the very first inning where he kind of sat back on a ground ball and Seth Sam beat out a throw, he has been phenomenal over at short, and he's even taken away some runs from McAlester so far today. It is 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 9-1-2 up for the Buffaloes. Aiden Shumway, Seth Sam, and Caden Less now. And we have Ethan Watkins beginning to warm up in the McAlester bullpen. Here's the windup in the first pitch from Jano to Shumway. He'll foul this one straight back for strike 1. It has now been a full week that Shumway has started for McAlester in his first week for the Buffs, batting .125 so far with a .222 on-base percentage. As the 0-1 to him is going to be a curveball that's missing way too high, and that'll move the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And although the hits haven't been there just yet for Shumway, he has faced quite a few pretty good teams. As the 1-1, it's going to be fouled straight back for strike 2. I mean, your first game, you can face Bishop Kelly. Then you go up against Southmore, and then Edmond Memorial, Broken Arrow, a couple games against Sapulpa. Not the best teams to start off your season there. So the 1-2 is going to be popped up right side. Again, tough no man's land, second baseman underneath it, and making the catch will be Brame. That'll be out number 1. McAlester has hit about 3 or 4 balls over towards that area. That time being snagged by Brame, and that'll be out number 1. Yeah, it brings up Seth Sam. Sam is 2 for 2, an infield single and a line drive to right center. The windup from Jano and the first pitch to Sam will be in the turf, ball 1. Now, this is what you want to see from McAlester also, and they did show it against Sapulpa on Monday. You get up on a team, you have that narrow lead, you want to be able to keep your foot on the accelerator and not let up. The 1-0, high pop-up, again, same location, right field and no man's land, foul territory, making the catch once again will be Brame at second. So 2 pop-ups over towards the same location that were caught that time in foul territory, and that brings up Caden Lesnow. Lesnow is grounded out to the shortstop twice today. Nearly a couple of double play balls. First one was a double play, second one almost was. First pitch to Lesnow. Swings and misses at a high fastball for strike 1. Buffaloes leading 4-2. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 down, nobody on. So far, Jano's most successful inning as the 0-1 will miss down low, and that'll move it to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Jano winds and deals the 1-1 pitch. Up high, and that'll be ball 2. So Les now works ahead in the count, batting .326 on the year so far, .398 on base percentage. Second on the team in RBIs. He'll drive this one out to left field. Going back is low. Still going back in front of the warning track. Makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So the Buffaloes go down in order. 9-1-2, 1-2-3 to head to the top of the 5th. They lead 4-2 over the Antlers Bearcats here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Up to the top of the fifth inning, Buffaloes are leading 4-2 over the Antlers Bearcats. It'll be Rayston Lowe, Chandler Jostin, and Timmy Paredes up for the Bearcats. Lowe has hit a 5-3 ground out. Jostin with a double, or rather a triple down over to left field. And then Paredes over 2 with an RBI ground out as his first one is swung on and missed by Lowe for strike 1. Buffaloes on top right now, 4-2, top of the fifth. Outfield shifted to the left with the righty Low up. Here's the 0-1. Going to be a line drive right field. One hopper over towards Hodgel, and it's a leadoff base hit for Rayston Lowe to begin the top of the fifth inning. Tying run now represented by the man on, well, not on deck, the man inside the batter's box now. Jostin, again, tripled over to left field. There was a diving attempt by Aiden Shumway in left, but he came up a little short and it rolled towards the left field wall, allowing that triple. Fourth hit of the day for the Bearcats. First pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball. That one was about chin level, strike 1. And the Bearcats 18-7, are third in District 3A8. The pitch, fouled off the top of the bat towards the backstop, and Lauerman way ahead now at 0-2. 0-2 the count to Jostin, the 9-hole batter. He led to the first run of the game for the Bearcats. 0-2. Curveball hits him. On an 0-2 count, it hits Chandler Jostin, who stood still as a statue. And that is killer. That's his first free pass given up today, Jackson Lauerman's, but that puts runners at first and second with nobody out. Bunting situation here for Timmy Paredes, and he's also got speed to kill too. So if you are Mullins, maybe playing a little bit closer towards even with the bag here. He will show bunt, try to get down, and it's going to be fouled off of Ethan Gillespie. And he gets up and he's going to immediately try to walk it off. You could tell as soon as it hit him, it hurt him. He's tough, though. He'll walk it off, take a little bit of a crouch, and then go back towards his spot behind home plate. Count is 0-1. But it wasn't a straight-up sack bunt attempt there, it looked like, for Timmy Paredes. It was almost like he was trying to go for the drag bunt. Count is 0-1. Again, Paredes is all the way up in the box. The tying run is now on the base paths for the Bearcats in the top of the fifth with nobody out. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So it does not go back to the bunt, and now he's down to the count 0-2. Creed Jones and Cooper Johnson are coming up. This is a big out for Lauerman if he can get it. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He got him. Way out in front, pulled the string out number 1. And that is now 1 down, and if the Buffaloes can try to roll a double play ball, maybe get out of the inning unscathed. The runners at first and second with 1 down. For Creed Jones, he's grounded out to the pitcher and reached on an E5. First pitch from Lauerman. Fastball eye level, ball 1. Creed Jones last year batted out of the leadoff spot, played shortstop last year for the Bearcats in that game. Doubled, flew out to the pitcher, and grounded out to short. The pitch. High hit, fly ball, carrying. Now going straight back will be Shumway. Didn't see it well off the bat, and it's going to land in one hop off the top of the wall. It will maybe score a run as the throw gets past the shortstop, Caden Less now, and it's going to allow them to reach another extra couple of bases. The throw to get that back into the infield just went wild off target and allowed an extra couple of bases here for the Bearcats. Shumway didn't see it all that well off the bat because as soon as he saw it, he took one step back and then he just put his back toward. Anytime you see an outfielder put their back towards the batter and just start running in a straight line, you know that you're in trouble. So now it is 4-3. The Buffaloes are only up by 1, and they're going to intentionally walk Cooper Johnson. So they're going to intentionally walk Johnson to bring up Dakota Williams. Bases loaded, corner infielders in on the infield turf, and a 1-run lead, top of the 5th. Lauerman coming set. The pitch. Fastball well outside, ball 1. The only downside to walking Johnson in that situation is now you don't have a base to give up. If you walk this guy, you bring home the tying run. Puts a little bit more pressure on your pitcher, but also you're maybe saving a bases clearing double that Johnson is very well capable of hitting. The 1-0. Fastball outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes here to Dakota Williams. He's grounded out to third and also grounded out to short. 4-3 game, McAlester leads. 2-0 from Lauerman. Fly ball, right center. Coming in is Hodgel, sliding and making the grab. Here comes the run. Hodgel throws for home. It's going to be up the line, tie game. Sack fly to right field, and the Antlers Bearcats have responded after the Buffaloes put up 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. So it is 4-4 once again. Sliding grab by Hodgel over at right field. And it is now 4-4. The runner advances from second over to third, tagging up as well. So the go-ahead run is over at third. That would be the first lead for the Bearcats today. If they can bring him in, Zach Brame is 1 for 2, and he's hit the ball well twice. He has singled and lined out to right. Runners at first and third with 2 down, 4-4 now. Once again, the Bearcats tied with the Buffs. Lauerman, deep breath, 31 move, and just trying to see if they can get a runner to leave early there. He does not. Lauerman looks back to first. And the pitch. Pops straight back, strike 1. Zach Brame last year 1 for 3 with an RBI single, flew out to left. That RBI single and struck out swinging. Again, Bearcats returning 7 of their starters from last year's game. They lost their 3-hole batter and their 9-hole batter. The 0-1. Fastball up outside. Count even out, 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-4 game with the Bearcats. Lauerman comes set and delivers. Curveball low below the knees. And now we're at 2-1. Lauerman kind of steps off the mound a little bit, takes a deep breath. Les now says, go right at him. You got him. Count is at 2-1. .31 again. This one, again, just trying to keep the runners honest. I'm looking over at Les now, and Les now has got his 2 hands, and he's kind of almost saying, like, hit it to me. He wants the ball right now. Count is 2-1. The pitch. Popped it up in the infield. Foul territory. Phillips has got some room. Phillips will make the catch, and that'll be the end of the inning, but not before the Bearcats are able to score 2 more runs to tie it up 4-4, but no more damage is done. They hold a runner over at third and at first. 4-4 the scores as we head to the home half of the 5th. Middle of the order, rather heart of the order coming up for the Buffaloes. Ethan Gillespie, Braden Phillips, Gannon Mullins here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to PicklePalaceOK.com. W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
The Bearcats coming right back at the Buffaloes are able to tie it up 4-4 as we head to the home half of the 5th inning. Once again, Ethan Watkins will go warm up for the Buffaloes. He's not too far away from actually hitting, so he was walking on out there. He's going to continue to do so, but he'll be coming up here pretty soon. First pitch to Ethan Gillespie. It's going to be a curveball that misses low for ball 1. And now Watkins, knowing that he's like 3 batters after Ethan Gillespie, not even that, 2 batters after Ethan Gillespie, is running down to the bullpen to try to get a little bit of work here. Started off with a walk, now a jog. The 1-0 is going to be a line drive over towards center field. Hardly having to move is Paredes for out number 1. Hit it on the screws, but straight to Paredes. And that is out number 1. Tie game 4-4, bottom of the 5th inning. Every time that someone has scored, they've only scored 2 runs in that inning. McAlester has left some chances on the base paths, but so have the Bearcats. Phillips is 1 for 2. First pitch to him. Ground ball left side. Diving attempt underneath the glove of the third baseman Williams. And it'll be Braden Phillips with another base hit. A 1-out single to put him on the base paths. He, of course, represents the go-ahead run. Brings up Gannon Mullins, who is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. He's trying to stay hot here. He ended up having a base knock to right field, and he had 1 to left. That was McAllister's 7th hit of the game. Phillips, decent lead over at first base. So here's going to be a softly hit ground ball towards the shortstop Jones. He'll field it. Look over at first, throw to first in time for out number 2. But moving into scoring position is Braden Phillips. And now Watkins, who's in the bullpen, had to run all the way back towards the dugout. And he's like, man, I may not have even thrown 1 pitch. But he makes his way back over towards the batter's box. And we're going to see if him kind of being a little bit he might be out of breath. Had to run to the bullpen, then hardly got any work in as this has been a quick bottom of the 5th so far, and had to run all the way back down as he just now is able to get his batting gloves on. We'll see what he can do with the runner in scoring position here in a tie game 4-4. Big lead by Phillips. They'll spin and throw. Not in time. So Watkins, when it comes to RBIs for him, it's really either been home run or not. He's got 5 RBIs this year, but 4 of them have been a result of home runs. Taking off for third is Phillips. Here's a pitch that's high, and it's going to lose it. The catcher Johnson will on the transfer. So now it is Phillips reaching third base with a swipe there for Phillips. That is stolen base number 8 on the year. And the count is 1-0 here for Ethan Watkins. Back to the windup goes Jano. Winds and deals. Swing and a miss for strike 1 on a low fastball. Count is now even at 1-1. Bearcats trying to lead the Buffaloes stranded at third base here in the bottom of the 5th in the tie game. The pitch. Going to be a ground ball foul. And the count is now 1-2 on Watkins. Buffaloes just need a base knock. Center fielder Paredes quite a bit back. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and the Buffaloes Lee Braden Phillips stranded at third, and we're still tied 4-4 as we head to the top of the sixth inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
So it has been a back-and-forth game between the Buffaloes and the Bearcats. McAlester went out to a 2-0 lead in the second. Bearcats tied it up in the third. Buffaloes took the lead right back in the bottom of the third. The Bearcats tied it back up in the top of the fifth. McAlester wasn't able to respond in the home half of the fifth, so we head to the sixth. 4-4 game, and we have a new pitcher. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. It is Ethan Watkins. Jackson Lyerman will not get a decision. He will not get a win nor a loss here, as we have a tie game for Watkins coming into the sixth. Watkins has a 1-1 record this year. Has pitched in 7 2/3, an ERA of 1.83, 8 strikeouts, 9 walks. Batting average against him a collective 179, and he will be facing the 6, 7, and 8 hole batters here to begin the top of the sixth. First pitch going to be fouled off at the plate from Garrett Brame for strike one. Brame is over 2. He's flown out to center field and grounded out to short. So one thing about the Bearcats, they have not struck out really today. They struck out twice. McAlester struck out for the first time to leave the runner stranded over at third in the bottom of the fifth. The 0-1 going to be fouled straight back, and that'll move the count to 0-2. How did that get on to? Oh, okay. I'm stupid. I was like, how did that get on top of the grandstand? It landed on top of the tunnel, that little tin roof on the tunnel. Count is 0-2. Watkins way ahead. We'll look at the defensive changes here in just a moment. So here comes the 0-2 from Watkins. Curveball just staying alive. It buckled the knees of Garrett Brame, but he was able to fight it off at the very last second and keeps the count at 0-2. So Lauerman moves from the mound over to left field. Shumway moves from left field to center field, and that's really all that we have. Watkins from center to the mound. Count is 0-2. Watkins against the right-handed batter, Garrett Brame. Almost had the strikeout last time with the curveball. And he'll fire the fastball out in front, grounder towards the third baseman. Mullins takes it on a hop, throws over to first, in time for out number 1. Brame was really booking it down the first base line, and it took a weird hop on Mullins. He was able to body it up and throw it over to first in time for the out. And that bring up Ryan Taylor. I think right there with Brame getting that far ahead of the fastball, he was sitting red dead on the fastball. And that's, if he would have went curveball again, I think that he would have had him way out in front. But that is out number 1. Good baseball IQ from Garrett Brame. Brings up Ryan Taylor, who's 0 for 2. He's popped out to second and struck out swinging. Or do we have a pinch hitter, it looks like. Number 11. So new hitter for the Bearcats, which is number 11, Case Moore. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. So Moore batting for Ryan Taylor, who, like I said, popped out the second and struck out. Starts out the count 0-1. Watkins delivers. This will be a fastball down by the ankles for ball one. Ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on for the Bearcats. Tie game 4-4, top of the 6th. McAlester trying to break a 13-game losing streak. Bearcats trying to get revenge from last year. 1-1. Going to be fouled straight back and into the parking lot. The count is now 1-2. That's what's crazy to me too, Austin. You just got a new car not too long ago, and you were like, you know what? Park it right in the sweet spot to where it can get hit by a foul ball.
I live dangerously.
My middle name is Danger. It's Edward. Here comes the 1-2 from Watkins. Curveball, tried to catch the letters, does not. Misses high, and the count is now 2-2.
They call me Austin Danger Powers.
2-2. As the lights are on over here at Mike Deek Field. The pitch from Watkins. Fastball off the handles. Line drive right to Braden Phillips. Can of corn there for out number 2. And that brings up Rayston Lowe. Lowe is 1 for 2. He's grounded out to third and singled. Well, unless it's going to be another new batter. It looks like it will be another new batter. So although Lowe went 1 for 2, they're going to go with Ben Copeland. Batting for Rayston Lowe out of the 8th spot. So Watkins will deliver. Copeland will watch a first pitch fastball for a called strike 1. 2 down, nobody on for the Bearcats. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Watkins kicks and deals. The 0-1 fastball misses inside, and the count is now 1-1. Buffaloes trying to get this out to try to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. It's right now at 4-4. And the pitch. Going to be a grounder. First base side on the hop. Phillips will take it. Stand on first himself for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen for Ethan Watkins. McAllister's going to bring it at the bottom of the order, looking to try to get a lead to head to the top of the 7th. Again, it's 4-4 here in McAlester on KNED.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. Okay, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
To the bottom of the 6th we go. McAlester is tied up 4-4, and it'll be the bottom of the order up for McAlester. Gunnar Hodgel, Spencer Stinchcomb, and Aiden Shumway. McAlester has made the mistake today of hitting a lot of pitches straight to the shortstop, Jones, who has been a human vacuum over there. They have been hitting the ball pretty well at times, including Spencer Stinchcomb, who's on deck, almost got robbed of at least an RBI base knock. So here's the first pitch to Gunnar Hodgel. He'll watch a first pitch called strike in there to move the count to 0-1 to begin the bottom of the 6th. So McAlester did not score in the first, essentially went down in order. Then they scored 2 in the second and 2 in the third. As the 0-1 will miss outside to move the count to 1-1. But over the last 2 innings, they have only reached base once. 1-1. Going to be a fly ball. Shallow left field. Coming in will be Low and making the catch for out number 1. It has been a pretty solid last 3 innings for Mark Janot. because ever since the line out to short to get out of the bases loaded jam, and it's gone fly out to second, fly out to second, fly out to left, fly out to center, single by Braden Phillips, then ground out, strike out, fly out. Only one person has reached base on Jeannot in the last 3 innings. First pitch to Stinchcomb, they're going to say crosses the letters for strike one. Stinchcomb has flown out to left and, like I said, nearly had a phenomenal line drive up the middle for a base knock. Jones robbed him of that, and that's the reason why we're still tied right now at 4-4. 0-1. Curveball, misses, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Stinchcomb. If the Buffaloes can't score here in the bottom of the 6th, the only way that they can win is on a walk-off, and they have not hit a walk-off this year. 1-1 is going to bounce off of the home plate, and they'll move the count to 2-1. Now they have, I think, had a walk-off for like a run rule, but they have not had a walk-off in terms of outright winning the game in the 7th or extras. Wind up in the 2-1 pitch. Going to be a hard hit ground ball straight to Jones again. And Mr. Jones and me are not getting along right now. He keeps on getting outs there against the McAlester Buffaloes, and that'll be out number 2. Phenomenal ball player there. And that'll bring up to the plate Aiden Shumway. Another ground out there is not really overpowering anybody, but Mark Jeannot is definitely getting the job done. Here's the windup in the first pitch to Aiden Shumway. He's going to pop this one straight up the chute. Lifts its way over to first base, and it'll be caught in foul territory. It's 1-2-3 go the Buffaloes. And now the only way they can win this one is if they walk it off. We head to the 7th inning. The Bearcats are going to bring up their 9-1-2 batters. The Buffaloes are going to bring up their 1-2-3 when they come up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. It is 4-4 entering the 7th inning here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So the Buffaloes enter the top of the 7th inning. Again, the only way they can win now is from a walk-off. And McAllister's Ethan Watkins, his job right now is to be able to keep the Buffaloes at tied up to where they only need 1 run to win it. They will have the top of the order up, and 1 through 6 has been their bread and butter. Seth Sam has gone 2 for 3 so far today. We've had a little bit of a struggle so far from Caden Lesnow and Ethan Gillespie, but all it takes is 1 pitch to be able to get out of that slump that they've had today. And Braden Phillips has gone 2 for 3 with an RBI. Gannon Mullins 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Gunnar Hodgel 0 for 1 has an RBI. The Buffaloes trying to get it to them in the bottom of the 7th, still at a tied game. Chandler Jostin leads it off for the Bearcats. 1 for 1 with a triple and been hit by a pitch. First pitch from Watkins. Fouls it straight back for strike 1. By the way, Ryan Taylor did come back over to first base, and Rayston Lowe did go back over to left field for the Bearcats. So they did re-enter the game after Case Moore and Ben Copeland batted for him. Count is 0-1 on Jostin. The wind has been at a standstill pretty much all day today. The pitch, curveball, swing and a miss for strike 2. Good time to go to the Uncle Charlie there for Ethan Watkins, and the count is 0-2. I say wind hasn't really been blowing all day, not really since 6 o'clock when we started this game. Count 0-2 on Jostin. And the pitch goes curveball, sits on it, up the middle, sliding snag by Lesnow. Throws to first, and it's past the first baseman, Phillips. And now they got a guy on a rundown. They'll throw over to second. Back over to first. Back over to second. They do get the out. A little bit of a dramatic, but they do get the out as it went past the first baseman, Phillips, already backing them up. Actually took a bounce right off of the dugout and went straight back over to Phillips. He tried taking off for second. So that it is still, that one I think is more of an E3. That one's still going to be an error, but the Buffaloes do get the out and the rundown. So they get for the first time in what seems like a month, a stroke of good luck. And there's still nobody on the base paths, and that first out is out on the inning instead of over at second base. So we head to the top of the order. It was a nice sliding snag by Caden Lesnow. I know no one's more happy that they ended up getting that out than Lesnow and Phillips. When Lesnow is standing over short and Lauerman's in left field, it really messes with me there. But yes, Lesnow snagged and grabbed that. And the throw to first probably should have been caught, but it worked out in the end. Paredes is 0 for 3 with an RBI ground out as we're to the top of the order here for the Bearcats. First pitch, fastball, ankles, ball 1. The top of the 7th inning, 4-4 the score. Both teams now have a couple of errors apiece. The 1-0. Fastball missing inside, ball 2. On deck is Creed Jones, and then Cooper Johnson is in the hole. (2-0). Watkins kicks and deals. Going to be a line drive left field towards Lauerman. Straight in, makes the catch, hardly had to move. That's out number 2. First base coach is even telling Paredes, hey, you can't do any better than that. Hit it right to him. And that'll be out number 2 for Creed Jones. 4-4 game. Creed Jones 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Can Watkins send the Buffaloes to the bottom of the 7th, still tied? First pitch. Fastball bounces into Gillespie. And that'll be ball 1. Cooper Johnson is on deck. He's got an RBI single as well. The Buffaloes intentionally walked him last time up. 1-0. High fly ball, right center field. Hodgel underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. Buffalo's going to try to go win a ball game here as we head to the home half of the 7th from the top of the order up. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at BentonNissan.com.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. McAlester looking for a chance to walk it off here. Again, they have not had a walk-off this year in 7 innings. The only walk-off they've had is to be able to run rule a team. They're trying to walk off the Antlers Bearcats to end a 13-game losing streak. They'll have the top of the order up for McAlester. Seth Sam is 2 for 3. Caden Lesnow 0 for 3. Ethan Gillespie 0 for 2. So Sam will dig into the box. By the way, Sam has hit 2 home runs this year. I know right now he's just trying to get on base to be able to put the winning run on the base paths. Here's the windup in the very first pitch at the bottom of the 7th. We'll skip in to the catcher Johnson for ball 1. Jano has only walked one. He's hit one. Buffaloes have hit one, intentionally walked one, and straight up walked one. As we have a next pitch, catch the outside corner for strike one. Actually, the Buffaloes didn't walk anybody on 4 pitches. They had an intentional walk earlier. 1-1. Goes curveball, and it hits Seth Sam along the shoulder. Seth Sam is hit on the shoulder on a curveball that got away from the pitcher, Jano. And that's only the second base runner that he's allowed since the third inning. Since the fourth inning. That's the winning run for the Buffs. Caden Luss now up at the plate. First pitch. Gets a bunt down. It's a good one down the first base side. It'll be snagged by Jano and throws over to first in time for the out. But the sack bunt does its job. Into scoring position moves Seth Sam for Ethan Gillespie. Last year, Ethan Gillespie walked off the Antlers Bearcats with a home run to left field into the night sky. Can he walk off the Antlers Bearcats once again? 4-4 the score. First pitch to Gillespie. Fastball, high hit, fly ball. This one's going to get out, though. It's going to be deep right center. Sam is going to stay put, and they're going to fire it in, as that's going to be out number 2. And Coach Dixon is wondering why Sam didn't go to second base and try tagging up. So a fly ball out to center field has kept this game at 4-4. Now 2 down for Braden Phillips, who is 2 for 3. And you can bet that Sam is going to try to be scoring on any ball hit to the outfield. First pitch won't be happening yet. They're going to throw it away to the center fielder. Sam's going to advance over to third, and now a base knock will win it. Plain and simple. An E1 on a pickoff attempt over towards the second base bag that went to the center fielder Paredes. The winning run 90 feet away. A run to try to snap a 13-game losing streak. First pitch to Phillips. Misses high for ball 1. Phillips is 2 for 3 with an RBI ground out. He's also doubled and singled. The windup and the pitch. Going to be a ground ball, but foul. Over towards the Hughes Fieldhouse, and the count is 1-1. I don't think you can understate how bad McAlester needs this one. And in the middle of a 1-1 count, Chris Gibbs is going to go speak with this team. I don't know if they're going to be having a pitching change in the middle of the at-bat. But he's speaking with his infield. I don't think we're going to be having a change. It's just a little bit of a, hey, let's get this out. That is the third time that he's visited Jano. And that's what he's also confirming with the home plate umpire. He says, hey, that's my third, correct? He goes, yes. Not the third time this inning, but the third time this game to Mark Jano in his infield. Hardly much of a meeting. But we're going to see if it's enough to be able to send us to extra innings. The 1-1. Missing high. That'll be ball 2. Again, a pass ball might win it. Backstop over here is not that far deep. 2-1. Can be popped backwards, and the count moves to 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Braden Phillips needs 1 base knock. He's batting .329 on the year. 2 for 3. He needs to go 3 for 4. Can number 8 do it? As the sun sets here in Pittsburgh County, Jano will wind, deal the 2-2. Curveball missed high and upside. They're going to throw over to third. High and up to the right, and that will make the count full at 3-2. They risk a ball going to the outfield there to try to backpick Seth Sam. And the count is now full at 3-2. Jano, deep breath, winds. The pitch. Fastball, ground ball straight to the third baseman, snags it, has to throw over to first, and in time for out number 3. Buffaloes leave the winning run on third base, and we're heading to extra innings. We head to the top of the 8th in a tie game 4-4. here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
So we've got free baseball here on this Thursday night for day one of the McAlester Shootout, and the Antlers Bearcats has been right there with the McAlester Buffaloes. Buffaloes have not scored since the third inning. They scored all four of their runs in the first 3 innings, and they've been held scoreless for the last 4. The Bearcats have scored 2 in the third and 2 in the fifth, and they're going to be having the heart of their order come up as the Buffaloes left the winning run stranded at third. They've had multiple chances to be able to bring in insurance runs and then also would have been winning runs. They've been holding those runners over at third. All credit also to Mark Janot, who's been able to work out of that those big-time situations. McAlester has not had a hit since the third inning. Up to the plate, Cooper Johnson. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. First pitch to the lefty. Will miss up and outside for ball 1. Now, Johnson hit a solo home run last year against McAlester. He was intentionally walked earlier with runners at second and third so that they wouldn't risk him driving in a couple more runs. 1-0 pitch. Fastball upstairs, and that'll be ball 2. As Antlers, they have all the momentum right now. They were able to work out of a runner at third jam, really a runner into scoring position with 1 out. And Buffaloes couldn't get it done with the heart of the order up. 2-0 from Watkins. Fastball up and outside, ball 3. Dakota Williams is on deck. 3-0 count here for Cooper Johnson. And if he walks, he's going to be getting a courtesy runner as he is the catcher for the Bearcats. 3-0. Will miss up high, and that'll be ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to begin the top of the 8th inning to Cooper Johnson, which represents the go-ahead run. He'll be getting a courtesy runner, and it'll be number 4, which will be Wyatt Vaughn. So the Buffaloes were able to get the leadoff base runner on base last time up in the bottom of the 7th, moving him over to second on a sac bunt. Here's the first pitch. Tries to get a bunt down, pulls back as the pitch misses up high for ball 1. It is 4-4 top of the 8th inning with the Antlers Bearcats. Watkins kicks and fires. Fastball swing and a miss for strike 1 to Dakota Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Williams. He is grounded out to third. Grounded out to short and hit a sac fly. That sac fly ended up tying up the game to make it 4-4. 1-1, shows bunt, gets it down the first base line. It'll be snagged by Gillespie, throws over to first in time for out number 1, as the Bearcats do exactly what the Buffaloes did back in the bottom of the 7th. Free pass, sac bunt. Brings up Zach Brame. Brame is 1 for 3. He is singled, line out to right, and flew out to first. Those first 2 at-bats, he squared it up pretty well. He's got a runner in scoring position with 1 down, top of the 8th inning. Watkins deals. First pitch well outside, ball 1. And Coach Dixon is going to go speak with his infield. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
So the Buffaloes are tied up with the Antlers Bearcats 4-4 here in the top of the 8th inning. We have gone to extras. Bearcats have the go-ahead run at second base for Zach Brame, who is 1 for 3. Count 1-0 with one down. Watkins delivers. Fastball well up and inside, and the count is now 2-0. Garrett Brame is on deck, who is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a fly out to center field. Watkins takes a deep breath. Will spin over towards second base just to see if he can keep the runner honest. I don't know if they would risk trying to get him over to third base for a fly ball. I've seen it plenty of times, but we'll see if they try to do so. The 2-0. Going to be a line drive. Snagged by the shortstop, Lesnow throws the second double play. What a play by Caden Lesnow. Snow cone grab up the middle, flips to Stench Cone for the 2-for-1 special, and the Buffaloes head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tied up 4-4, still trying to walk it off. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. McAlester just needs one run. They have been held hitless over the last 4 innings. And all 7 of their hits came in the first 3 innings. They were hitting Jano pretty well. And ever since then, he has settled down, and only 2 people have reached base since the 3rd inning. Gannon Mullins, he's gone 2 for 3 with an RBIs in each hit that he's had, as he fouls this one straight back for strike 1. So he has had an RBI single out to right field, an RBI single out to left. He has also grounded out to the shortstop. 4-4 the score. As here's the pitch. 0-1 will miss down low and inside for ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Mullins. On deck is Ethan Watkins, who is 1 for 3 with a bunt single. 1-1 pitch. Going to be another hard hit ground ball. Snagged by the third baseman, Williams. Throws across the diamond in time for out number 1. He's also the one, Williams over there at third, that snagged a hard hit ground ball by Braden Phillips to be able to in the bottom of the 7th to send us to the top of the 8th. Mullins hit that one hard, but straight to the third baseman, Williams, and that brings up Ethan Watkins. Watkins second on the team in home runs with 3, but he has no wind to help him out today. He's got strength to do it without the wind, but not as predictable as before, as this one's going to be another high pop-up. Left field is going to drift into foul territory, but underneath it will be low, and he will make the catch near the bullpen for out number 2. To bring up Gunnar Hodgel. Again, 4-4 with 2 down, near in the bottom of the 8th. 2 quick outs from Jano, who is in for his 8th inning of work. I don't even know if he's really in pitch trouble right now. Here's the pitch to Hodgel. He'll hit this one softly towards the second baseman. We're going to the 9th. To the 9th inning we go. 4-4 is the score here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We played 8 innings. We are going to a 9th. As we wanted to play a Major League Baseball game, so that's what we're doing tonight. 4-4 is the score, heading to the top of the 9th. McAlester still without a hit since the 3rd inning, as it has been now 5 scoreless innings from the Buffaloes. It's been 3 scoreless in a row from the Bearcats. Watkins in for his 4th inning of work now. First pitch to Garrett Brain. Curveball across the letter, strike 1. Now the Buffaloes, they nearly lost the game. Caden Less now is the reason why this is going to a 9th. He made a fantastic scooping snag of a line drive heading towards center field. Led to a double play as the 0-1 is way high and nearly took off the head of Garrett Brain for ball 1. And the count is now 1-1.
Brain almost had them brains rattled.
I think he has one brain. Count is 1-1, but Les now grabbed that line drive and was able to flip it over to second before the double play to be able to get out of that inning with a runner in scoring. 1-1, curveball, low outside, ball 2. If that gets past Les now over at the shortstop position, I would be willing to bet that the Bearcats probably take the lead. And McAlester went down very quickly in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 2-1. Fastball well outside. Now it's 3-1. And also, if you're wondering, well, Janelle is going to the 9th inning. He must be high on his pitch count. He is not. He has 85 pitches. He has 35 more to work with. And at this rate, he's throwing just about 10 pitches an inning. The 3-1 going to be fouled straight back. And the count is now full at 3-2. For Garrett Brain, who has flown out to center field and grounded out to the left side of the infield twice. Watkins trying to get the leadoff batter in his 4th inning of work. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He chopped that one up above the eye level. And that'll be out number 3. Or excuse me, out number 1, strike number 3. Sit him down, throw it around 1 down here in the top of the 9th. That brings up Ryan Taylor. Boy, this is going to the 9th inning in a game that has not even lasted an hour and 50 minutes yet. I feel like I've been here all night. So Ryan Taylor coming back up to the plate, left-handed bat. First pitch to him will be up and outside for ball 1. He was pinch hit for by Case Moore, who lined out over to first base. He's coming back to hit for himself. Now he can't be pinch run for now because he can't re-enter the game again. So if he gets on base, he has to run for himself. The 1-0, going to be a hard hit, line drive up the middle, taken by Les now, throws over to first base in time, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Rayston Lowe, who, like Ryan Taylor before him, was pinch hit for earlier in the game, and now is re-entered into the ball game. He is 1 for 2. As Watkins now 3 2/3 innings pitched, 2 down, top of the 9th inning. McAlester will bring up the bottom of the 8-9-1 batters when they come up. First pitch, ground ball, first base side, bodied up by Phillips. He'll touch first, and the Buffaloes once again will try to walk it off as they're going to be bringing up Spencer Stinchcomb, Aiden Shumway, and Seth Sam when they come up. Bottom of the 9th, here we come here on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
The Bearcats have been using solid pitching from Mark Janot and solid defense around him, including definitely the left side of the infield, Williams and Jones, to be able to keep the Buffaloes at bay, and no hits for McAlester over the last 5 innings. They've got to get across home plate to score. That's how the game works, and it starts off with someone on base. Can Spencer Stinchcomb be a leadoff base runner? Mark Janot, here comes his 86th pitch of the game in his 9th inning. It's going to be a softly hit pop-up towards the middle of the field, grabbed by the shortstop Jones. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that is another reason why he's only been throwing about 10 pitches an inning. And that brings up Aiden Shumway. Shumway is 0 for 3. He has flown out to every position in the infield except the shortstop. He's flown out to third, flown out to second, flown out to first. First pitch to Shumway. Swings and misses at a fastball up above the letters for strike 1. This will be the last time through the lineup, for the 4th time through the lineup for McAlester. 0-1, curveball, misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on for the Buffaloes. Bottom of the 9th. The pitch, fastball outside corner, called strike 2. 1-2 the count. And the pitch, curveball outside, counts now even at 2-2. Janot deals 2-2, fouled back, and the count still remains at 2-2. But yeah, Janot at this rate could go for another couple of innings. I thought that Caden Lesnow was efficient against Cashin back in the Southeast Shootout. 2-2, it'll be popped up left field. McAlester keeps on hitting too many pop flies. Lowe's going to get underneath it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. They have flown out a lot in this game, and that brings up Seth Sam. They have flown out 15 times. 15 out of their 26 outs so far. First pitch to Seth Sam. Swings and misses late on a fastball, strike 1. Sam is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, flown out to second, and been hit by a pitch. Again, 2 down with nobody on. As Janot winds up and delivers the 0-1 pitch. That'll be a fastball by the eye level to move the count to 1-1. And the 1-1 to Sam. Fastball up and outside for ball 2. It's been right there for the taking for McAlester for the last 3 innings. They haven't been able to get anybody on base for the last 2. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. It'll be fouled straight back, and the count is now 2-2. Janot unfazed, though. You got to tip your cap to the kid. He's been great on the mound today for the Bearcats. He hasn't been trying to do too much. He's been working the corners and letting his defense work even harder, and they've been returning the favor. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. Let's go to the 10th. 4-4 the score here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call: 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So the Buffaloes scored 4 runs in the first 3 innings, and then since then have been nothing but zeros. The Antlers Bearcats scored 2 runs in the top of the 3rd and 2 in the top of the 5th, and for the last 4 innings they've been at zeros. We've been at 4-4 since the top of the 5th. As the Buffaloes head to the top of the 10th inning, Watkins in for his 5th inning of work. This is by far the most innings that he has pitched in a Buffalo outing. He can usually used in relief roles. He's going to be throwing his 40th pitch coming up here. We're going to see how that works for Ethan Watkins going further into this outing. As it'll be the 9-1-2 batters up for the Bearcats, starting off with Chandler Jostin. The top of the 10th inning, we begin. First pitch. Curveball popped it up. Gillespie going after it. He's got room. He will make the catch, and that's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out to the bottom of the order, Chandler Jostin. And that brings up Timmy Paredes. So Paredes up at the top of the order. He has grounded out to third, had an RBI ground out, struck out swinging, and lined out to left field. This is the second longest game I've called. First pitch, curveball, misses the outside corner for ball 1. The longest game I ever called was ended in 11 innings down in Choctawhatchee, Florida. It was against the home team. As here comes the 1-0 from Watkins. Going to be a line drive left side on a hop. Taking it is Les now. He can't field it correctly. It was in his glove, then bounced out. And it's going to go down as an E6 on the scoreboard. And the go-ahead run for the Bearcats is on the base path. Even if he makes that cleanly, it's a hard throw over to first base to be able to get Paredes. That brings up Creed Jones, but even more important here, I guess we're looking at when it comes to the Bearcats, Cooper Johnson is now more than likely going to hit this inning unless McAlester can roll a double play ball. The pitch, fouled straight back for strike 1. But Creed Jones is no one to discount either at the plate. Obviously, he's gone 1 for 4, but that one hit that he's had was an RBI single. It was the run to pull it within 1 at the time, back in the top of the 5th inning. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is going to be down in the turf, and they get into scoring position. Don't even have to bunt. And the count is 1-1. So Creed Jones has a runner in scoring position with 1 down. Hit a double in last year's game in his final at-bat. 5th time through the lineup. The pitch, curveball. Hard hit ground ball into the outfield. Grabbing it will be Lauerman. Lauerman will fire home, and he's going to keep the runner at third. So the base knock doesn't score the run for the Bearcats, but it puts runners at first and third with 1 down. Now they've already intentionally walked Cooper Johnson once. Do they do it again, or do they let Watkins face him? I don't know yet, but Coach Dixon's going to go speak with Watkins, and we're going to be taking a 30, well, maybe even a longer break, but we'll take a break here for just a moment on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
So the Antlers Bearcats get a base knock. I think that's their first one in quite a while, too. I think their last hit before that was, believe it or not, it was either from Creed Jones or it was from Rayston Lowe. But it has been a while since they've had I think it was Creed Jones the last one that got a hit, and he gets a hit there as well. A line drive into left field. Now, Lauerman was able to get it in quickly to just hold it to a single and to hold the runner at third base. So we're still tied up at 4-4. But Cooper Johnson comes up to the plate. They're not going to walk him. He's been intentionally walked once. He walked on 4 pitches the next time up. Runners at the corners with 1 down, top of the 10th inning. And a 4-4 game with the Bearcats. So Watkins will come set. And the first pitch. Fastball swing and a miss for strike 1. And everyone's on the edge of their seat for this one as well. Just been, if you go to a McAlester game, expect to be on the edge of it. Little 31 move to see what the runner does over at first. He does not move. Count is 0-1. Watkins against the lefty Johnson. He'll come set. And the pitch. Curveball. Outside corner. Strike 2 called. Count now 0-2 on Cooper Johnson. Dakota Williams is on deck. He is 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly, and he's laid down a sac bunt. Big pitch coming up here to Cooper Johnson. And Watkins trying to see his signs here with Gillespie. Count still 0-2. And Watkins can't see the signs from Gillespie right now. Finally sees it, comes set. The 0-2. Runner takes off, pitch is going to be down low. The fake throw to second. Again, they were never going to throw to second. That run that matters is the one over at third base. The infield right now is deciding on what they want to do. So Gannon Mullins is looking over towards the coaches and saying, do we come in on the infield turf or do we stay back? And right now they're telling them to keep the Mullins over at third in. Phillips playing a little bit further in. Middle infield still playing back. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him swinging. Big strikeout from Ethan Watkins. And now 2 down here in the top of the 10th inning. Huge strikeout from the junior Ethan Watkins. He still has to get 1 more out, though. Dakota Williams. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Top of the 10th inning, 4-4 the score. First pitch to Williams. Goes with a changeup. Misses down low in the turf for ball 1. Williams has one of the 4 RBIs for the Bearcats today. Hit it on a sac fly. Watkins the 1-0. Fastball tries to go up high and missed too far up high, above the eye level, and that moves the count to 2-0. He's got a base to give up here, so if he walks him, it doesn't bring in a run. But obviously just wanting to get the out. Zach Brame on deck. He has hit the ball hard nearly every time he's come up. 2-0 is going to be fouled straight back. The count now 2-1. As Zach Brame on deck has had a single line drive on the screws to right field, fly out to first, and then he nearly had what would have been a game-winning hit and a line drive up the middle that Les now was able to snag and create a double play on. Count 2-1. The pitch from Watkins. Fastball swinging and miss for strike 2. Top of the 10th inning, deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on for the Bearcats at second and third. Can Watkins escape the jam? The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the high fastball, and the Buffaloes escape the jam. Back-to-back strikeouts from Ethan Watkins. And the dude just has ice in his veins as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. This is the final frame that is on the scoreboard over here at Mike Deek Field. Can the Buffaloes with the heart of the order coming up do it? We'll find out here momentarily on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
If this thing goes to an 11th inning, we might be having a new pitcher. Gunnar Hodgel is going to go warm up in the McAlester bullpen right now. Buffaloes do have the 2, 3, and 4 batters up for McAlester. Caden Lesnow, Ethan Gillespie, Braden Phillips. It's the part of the lineup that you want up if you're McAlester. But they have not been able to get a base knock since the 3rd inning. First pitch, misses the knees for ball 1. Buffaloes need to be able to, the last hit that they had was the 3rd time through the lineup for Braden Phillips, as this one's going to be bounced down in the turf for ball 2. He might have had that hit in the 4th, but boy, it has been a long time since McAlester has been able to get a hit. This one's going to fill the zone, and that'll be strike 1. That was pitch number 100 for Mark Janot, as it's taken him 10 innings to get to 100 pitches. The pitch. Goes with a curveball, misses low and inside for ball 3. Hitters count here for Caden Lesnow. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ethan Gillespie's on deck. The windup and the pitch. Fastball, line drive, left center field. This one will hit off the left fielder's glove. Rounding first will be Lesnow. He might be in trouble. The third is second, not in time. We'll see if this is going to go down as a hit or an error. I think that if he makes that catch, it's a phenomenal catch in left field. Gosh dang, yeah, that's the correct call. They're going to give him a hit on that. I know it hit his glove, but that is that's right in between a diving catch and as far stretched out with your left arm as you can go. So Caden Lesnow is going to be credited with the double there on a ball that went to left field, shallow left field. I mean, it was in the alleyway. It was tracked down. He was almost out. First pitch to Gillespie. Misses up high for ball 1. So the winning run for the Buffaloes is in scoring position with nobody out. If the Buffaloes lose this game, they're going to come back to this bottom of the 10th. Here's the 1-0. High hit, fly ball, deep left field, carrying towards the warning track, towards the scoreboard. It has left the yard. Ethan Gillespie walks him off. A 2-run home run just like he did last year, but this time in the bottom of the 10th to end a 13-game losing streak. Gillespie does it in style, just leaving the yard and hitting the scoreboard. And he'll be drenched at home plate as good night and goodbye. In a 10-inning marathon, Ethan Gillespie called game. It is 6-4. The Buffaloes finally get the monkey off their back, and they replaced it with a shark pinata in the dugout named Bruce. It is a 6-4 win for him. And ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold. 6-4, the final score. We'll be talking about it when we come back here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalace.com. Since 1952. W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So the McAlester Buffaloes, in a 10-inning game, defeat the Antlers Bearcats. It ended in the same way as it did last year, except this year, the Antlers Bearcats played a heck of a game against the McAlester Buffaloes. Last year, it ended 15-6 in 6 innings, ended by a home run by Ethan Gillespie. This year, it ended 6-4 in the bottom of the 10th inning on a 2-run home run by Ethan Gillespie. It was his 6th of the year, and he sent it over the left field wall towards the scoreboard to be able to win it for the McAlester Buffaloes and to finally end that losing streak. Again, when you're in the middle of a losing streak, it can make games that you would normally win. You're thinking about it, and then you can sometimes lose those games. So now that they got the monkey off their back, like I said, they've replaced it with a shark pinata named Bruce in the dugout. And right now, if I was a player, I'd be going to give Bruce a kiss. 6-4 is the final score. Buffaloes take home the win. A lot of clutch performances by McAlester defensively in this game. A lot of those moments that they didn't have in games in which they lost this year. And by good hits by the Bearcats, too. They put the ball in play. They made McAlester work. Both teams, and we had a combined 7 strikeouts between these two teams in 10 innings of work. And McAlester only struck out twice. So they put the ball in play as well. The Bearcats had to work defensively, and they did. They had 3 early errors, but after that, they played a really solid ball game against the McAlester Buffaloes. And Mark Janot pitched all 10 innings. I mean, if I'm calling this from Antlers Bearcats perspective, I hate it for Mark Janot. He pitched 10 innings, only hit his 100th pitch when he got to the 10th inning, and he was able to keep the Bearcats in it for that long. And like I said, after giving up 4 runs in 3 innings, held McAlester off the scoreboard for 6 consecutive, and only for 5 of those didn't have a hit. McAlester didn't have a hit. And they were able to find a way to be able to come back into it. It was a leadoff double by Caden Lesnow in the left center field gap, and the 2-run home run by Ethan Gillespie. So, but the defensive moments, McAlester hasn't been having those. Like we said, they went up 7-2 on Sepulpa back on Monday, then 7-4 into the 6th inning. Had 4 errors that lost them the game. They had 4 errors back on Tuesday against Sepulpa that gave the Chieftains 5 runs. So they have not had those clutch moments defensively to be able to stay in games like that. And today they had it. Today they had those clutch moments defensively. Caden Lesnow saved the game back in the 8th inning or 7th or 8th inning on a line drive that went up the middle that he was able to snag and create a double play. That was a huge out, obviously, a huge couple of outs for the McAlester Buffaloes. Then you had in the bottom, or rather the top of the 10th inning, the Bearcats get runners at first and third. Well, before they even do that, they have a runner at second. It's a hard-hit ground ball over to left field. If Jackson Lowerman doesn't field it cleanly and deliver a strike over to his cutoff man really towards the plate, then you have the winning run winning there as well. So Lowerman's able to keep it over at first and third. And then Watkins, against the two of their best batters in the lineup, the 3-hole and the 4-hole, Cooper Johnson and Dakota Williams, strike out and strike out, both of them swinging, to leave runners stranded at second and third for the Buffaloes to head to the bottom of the 10th inning. So that led to the walk-off in the first place. The walk-off is going to overshadow a lot of good things that the Buffaloes did defensively in those extra innings, and don't want that to go unsaid. Watkins was a bulldog. He gets the win. He pitched in 5 innings, I think by far the most innings that he's pitched in his McAlester varsity career, and he was a bulldog today. And Jackson Lowerman, he was great for 5 innings as well. Again, McAlester combined to have 5 strikeouts, only 3 free passes, and one of those was an intentional walk. So really they only truly walked 2 people, and one of those was a hit by pitch. So those are the 3 free passes they gave up. McAlester did have 3 errors. A couple of those came on really tough plays to make in the first place. So they played a better game. You would like to see them hit better, but you'd like to see them keep their foot on the accelerator after the 3rd inning. And, I mean, they did. They hit the ball hard. That's a credit to the Antlers Bearcats in making really good plays defensively, because McAlester only struck out twice. Now, you want to be able to keep up the pressure. That's the only thing that you would want to see better from McAlester in this game is keep up the pressure. They had good pitching performances on both sides. So Bearcats did, obviously, and so did the Buffaloes. Had some clutch defense, both teams did. And then offense when it mattered for the McAlester Buffaloes to be able to get that 6-4 walk-off win and get to 11-18 on the year. It has been a long time coming for McAlester, their first win in the month of April. And I was mentioning this, I think, in the pregame. McAlester really struggled for a little stretch there in the month of April last year before they got to the McAlester Shootout. And once they got to the Shootout, they started to hit their stride. During the Shootout, they scored 13.3 runs per game, 2.5 runs per inning. Now, they didn't do that tonight, obviously, only scored 6 runs. But they might have found their stride in terms of being able to get those big outs and be able to get those big runs when they need it and to be able to come away with wins and get it in a gritty type of way. We're going to see how they can build on that when they take on Wagner tomorrow. And then Poto, who is a really dang good team this year, ended up run ruling Eufaula earlier, and that was the 3-run game between the Buffaloes and the Ironheads on opening day. Then they're going to play the Poto Pirates on Saturday and see how they can do with that. So this is a really, again, much-needed win, goes without saying, but also it's a big one for them to be able to finally say, hey, we got this win. We don't have to be staring down a streak anymore. Let's go ahead and start a different kind of streak, and let's see if we can win a few in a row. So again, the Buffaloes win in 10 innings. Let's go ahead and look at the post-game stats brought to you by Beautiful Rooms Furniture. They offer brand-named high-end mattresses, including hybrid, sold at discount prices. Visit their showroom today for quality furniture at affordable prices, starting off with the Antlers Bearcats, who dropped to 18-8 on the year. Timmy Paredes went 0 for 5 with an RBI groundout. Creed Jones went 2 for 5 with an RBI single. Cooper Johnson went 1 for 3, walked twice, and he also had an RBI single. Dakota Williams went 0 for 3 with an RBI sac fly. He also laid down a sac bunt. Zach Brame went 1 for 4. Garrett Brame went 0 for 4. Ryan Taylor went 0 for 3. Case Moore went 0 for 1 with a line out to first. Rayston Lowe went 1 for 3. Ben Copeland went 0 for 1 with a ground out to first. Chandler Jostin went 1 for 3 with a triple hit by pitch, reached on an error, and then flew out to the catcher. Between Jackson Lauerman and Ethan Watkins, by the way, Watkins gets his second win on the year as he improves to 2-1. The Buffaloes struck out 5 batters. They walked or hit 3, and there were 3 McAlester errors today. For the McAlester Buffaloes, this is what they did. Oh, and by the way, total hits for the Bearcats, 6 today. Bearcats had 3 errors. Mark Janot credited with the loss, although he pitched phenomenally. Struck out 2, only gave up 3 free passes. The Buffaloes looked like this 1 through 9 as they improved to 11-18 on the year. Seth Sam went 2 for 4 with a hit by pitch and a couple of singles in his first 2 at-bats. Caden Lesnow 1 for 4 with a double. Ethan Gillespie 1 for 4 with a 2-run home run, and that was that walk-off home run that everyone's going to be talking about tomorrow. Braden Phillips 2 for 4 with an RBI. Gannon Mullins went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Ethan Watkins 1 for 4. Gunnar Hodgel 0 for 3 with an RBI. Spencer Stinchcomb 0 for 4. And Aiden Shumway 0 for 4. Buffaloes totaled up 9 hits tonight. So the next game that McAlester is going to play in the McAlester Shootout will be tomorrow against Wagner. Before that, if you want to catch a full day of baseball, we encourage you to do so. Rattan against Muskogee at 11, Eufaula against Antlers at 1:30, and Poto against Glenpool at 4 o'clock. So make sure you come on by and watch a good slate of baseball scheduled for tomorrow at the Shootout. Weather looks like it's going to be great for the rest of the weekend, but it is Oklahoma weather. You never quite know, do you? We were supposed to have an 80% chance of rain tonight, and look what happened. We were just fine. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Bank & A, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offer Propane. Thank you for our board operator back over at the KNED studios tonight, Mr. Todd Allen, and also to our camera operator tonight, Mr. Austin Weed.
I'm a what?
Camera operator.
Senior executive camera operator.
So one final time from the McAlester Shootout, day 1 of the McAlester Shootout here at Mike Deek Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the McAlester Buffaloes 6 and the Antlers Bearcats 4 in 10 innings on a walk-off 2-run blast from Ethan Gillespie. So until tomorrow when McAlester begins day 2 of the McAlester Shootout against the Wagner Bulldogs, this is Brandon Green saying, Buffaloes win. And don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night, everybody.